friends, how's it going? It's me, Betty Jean. So I thought I would sit down and film my monthly favorites. These are the things that I was loving in the month of January. I do these every single month, and I don't know, let's just get into it. I don't have really anything else to say in this intro. Let's talk about eyeshadows first, and all of these I've pretty much been loving December and January, but I didn't really film a December favorites because I did a year favorites, and I didn't include these in that year favorites because I was just beginning to try them out. The first palette I have to talk about is my favorite palette ever at the moment. It is the Ace Beauté Flare palette. I love this palette. You guys should know by now that I love this palette. I did a first impressions and a 3 looks 1 palette using this palette. I will try to remember to link both of those videos down below. This is what the palette looks like. It's me in a palette. It's got those grungy tones and it also has very bright, vibrant colors. I just absolutely adore this palette. I love Ace Beauté's shadow formula. I think it's my #1 favorite at the moment. It's just so good. I created so many cool looks with this. I brought this with me to New York and I wore it almost every single day in New York, and we were there for 12 days, so I've gotten a lot of love out of this palette, and I can safely say that I love this with my whole heart, and I recommend it very, very much. Also from Ace Beauté, I've been loving this for a while and just haven't been able to talk about it in a favorites video just because, again, I didn't know it enough to say it in my yearly favorites. But this is the Classical Paradise. It looks like this. I love this palette. It's so pretty. This is like such a great, grungy, warm, neutral palette. It's my kind of a neutral palette. These reds and yellows are neutrals to me. I love this golden apple shade with so much love. I've used this palette quite a lot. I brought this one with me to New York as well, and when I wasn't wearing the flare, I was wearing this one, or I was mixing them together. It was a good time. I just really enjoyed these tones. This was a great palette for fall. These are for sure fall vibes. That's not gonna stop me from wearing it in the spring and summer. And I just think it's a beautiful palette. Very cool color story. And the third palette I have to talk about is the Juvia's Place Tribe palette. I love this. It's so cool. This is such a cool color story. This might be my favorite palette from Juvia's Place at the moment. I love Juvia's Place's shadow formula. It is either tied for first or in second place as far as shadow formula. It never disappoints. I love the pigmentation. They blend out so well. These metallics are so vibrant, and I've created really cool looks with this. I did a first impressions and a 3 looks 1 palette with this as well. I will try to remember to link those videos as well. And I just really love them. It has this really awesome grungy brown. It has these really cool bright neons. I love these kind of tealy blue colors that can kind of shift from being more greenish to more bluish depending on what you put around it. Such a well done palette. Keeping with the eyes, I wore the Bold Face Makeup Lashes Out Lashes so much over the last month and a half or so. They are totally destroyed now, and I'm very sad about it. I need to pick up a new pair of these in Thrill Seeker because those 2 lashes are my favorite lashes ever. But I just wanted to give a quick shout out to these because I loved them. They are so pretty. Anytime I posted an Instagram story wearing these, I got a lot of DMs asking what lashes they were. They are just so long and fluttery and wispy and piecey and dramatic and just so good. The Thrill Seeker lashes are very similar to this, and I love both of them with my whole heart. I picked up 2 of the shades of the Stila Shade Mystery eyeshadows. I grabbed these in New York when they just came out, and I love them. I wish I would have grabbed literally all of the shades because they are so pretty. I grabbed the shades Hypnotic and what's this one? Mystic. I feel like these give a really similar vibe to those duochrome loose pigments that you see floating around. I tried the Dawn Eyes ones long time ago. They did not work for me, and I've tried them multiple different ways since that video. People keep coming to that video and commenting saying I'm doing it wrong. I realized that I didn't use a glitter glue at that video, but I have tried it since and I still don't like them. I don't think they're worth the money, but these give a similar vibe. I will go ahead and swatch these on my hand. This one is Hypnotic. It's just a really cool bronzy reddish gold shift, and they are so pigmented. They're so easy to use. You don't have to use a bunch of different products to make them work. And this is the shade Mystic. It's like a blackened blue color. I love this. I really enjoy wearing these. I've worn both of them a couple times, and they just have such a cool impact, and they just give you that really cool duochrome feel very, very easily. The last sort of eye product is the Milk Makeup Kush Brow Gel. Mine is in the shade Dutch. I love this. I never thought I would love a brow gel this much because to me they were all just kind of the same. But this one is so cool. It has really pigmented fibers in it. And I've used fiber brow gels before and they just didn't really do it for me. But I like to apply this before I even do anything else to my eyebrows. I do this first, heavily coat some of this product in my brows, and then I feel like it makes filling in my brows a lot easier because then I can clearly see where I need to actually put the brow pomade versus my entire eyebrow. Because I don't have sparseness throughout my whole eyebrow, more just the tail area. And this has just been a lifesaver. I love this. And on days that I don't feel like doing my eyebrows, I'm comfortable enough to just put a bunch of this in my eyebrows and I'm fine. Normally I would not be comfortable with that, but that makes it okay for me. Right, moving on to face products. I got the e.l.f. Prep and Hydrate Balm when I stopped at the e.l.f. store in New York, and I love this. I wear my normal oil in the morning and then I put this on as my primer, and it's super hydrating and very cooling, and it just puts a lot of moisture into my skin without it being super sticky. I love this thing. I use it every morning, and I will be buying more once I'm getting close to running out because I can't imagine not having this in my life now that it's in my life. I wanted to give a shout out to the Makeup Revolution Conceal and Define Concealer. I discovered this about halfway through the year last year-ish, and I'm so upset that I didn't include this in my yearly favorites. I've said this in a couple videos now, but I love this concealer so much. If anything, I think I might like this one more than the Colourpop one, and I included that in my yearly favorites. I just totally forgot about this one. I've been using this nonstop the past 2 months. It's so good. I already have another because this one's pretty much empty. It's super cheap. I think it's like $6, and it just makes my heart so happy. It's so creamy, it blends out so well. This is my favorite concealer out of the Tarte Shape Tape and the Colourpop one for sure. This is just the winner for me. Well, this next product is 4 blushes in a blush palette from Beauty Bakerie. This is the Cotton Candy Champagne palette, and I love it. These blushes are very shimmery. I've dipped into every single one of them. I have this one right here on my cheeks today. It's 24-hour Champagne Diet. I think they're so cute. They blend out so well. They are so just pigmented and shimmery and glowy, and I absolutely adore it. Such a good blush palette. And now I just have some lip products I want to talk about. Let's start with the gloss. It's on my lips right now. It's the Anastasia Kristen Gloss. I've used this so much this month. I've used it in a lot of videos. It's just so pretty. It's such a pretty nude gloss, and it's so opaque, but it wears really well, and I don't find it to be super sticky, and I don't find it to be very messy. And I just love it. I don't love Anastasia's liquid lipsticks at all, but I love their glosses. I think they're so pretty, and I wish I would have gotten more because I got this when it was on sale. They were like buy one get one free at Sephora and Ulta randomly. I don't know why, but I wish I would have gotten like 4 or 6 different glosses because I loved them. Next is one of the minis from the Nudes Volume 2 mini bundle from Jeffree Star. This is in the shade Tasty. I'm mad because this isn't a full size. I hope he makes it full size eventually, but I just love it. It's such a good grungy, warm brown, and it's so good. I wore this so much last month. I just think it's super cute. I felt like this paired really nicely with the Juvia's Place Tribe palette, and I'm gonna wear this for the rest of my life. Okay, thank you. So Jeffree Star, please come up with a full size because that mini is not gonna last forever. And the last lip products are from Menagerie Cosmetics. I've only had these about 2 weeks now, but I've worn both of them 2 or 3 times each, and I love the formula. I love these colors. They're so unique. You guys know I love a good olive green, and this one's just very nice. These ones are, I think, advertised as a liquid velvet matte liquid lipstick. And they're very comfortable. They dry down pretty good. I wouldn't say they're transfer proof, but it dries down really comfortably and they last a really long time. This one is in the shade Gator. And then this shade is a shade I have been on the hunt for forever. I wanted a mustardy, yellowy brown for so long. This is in the shade Leo, and I love it. I love the way it looks. It complements a lot of my different makeup looks because I gravitate towards that style a lot. Oh, and it's so pretty. It's so unique to my collection. I do not have a shade like this, and I'm so happy that these shades exist. If I had all the money in the world, I would have bought all of their liquid lipsticks they just released because I would have loved to do like a swatch video or something because I was super excited about the colors, but money's tight right now, so I only bought 2 of the shades, and I love the shades that I bought. I will be periodically trying to pick up more as I have the money to do so. The last couple things I wanted to talk about are, for one, my engagement ring. It is a blue topaz with rose gold, and I love it so much. I got engaged at the end of December. In case any of you missed it, I've talked about it in quite a few videos, but just in case you missed it, I'm engaged now. So this is one of my favorites. not just for the month, but for the rest of my life. I'm so happy. Thanks to all of you who have wished me a congratulations and things like that. It made me so happy. It means the world to me that you guys said nice things, so thank you. And then I just had a couple of random things to talk about. First of all, the movie Into the Spider-Verse. I hope it's still in theaters by the time this video goes up, but you guys need to see it or see it when it's on Redbox or wherever it may be. Such a good movie. It was so visually pleasing. The soundtrack was amazing. The storyline was amazing. I loved the characters. They were so funny. It was just a really good movie, especially for it being animated. It had just such a cool comic book feel, and I just absolutely adored it. I'm going to buy that movie once it's available because I need to watch it all the time. Next is the show on Netflix, You. It has a little bit of controversy, but I loved it. And it's not, in my mind, I don't think of it as like romanticizing stalkers and things like that, because that's not good, that's not okay. I just found it to be a very good show. The actors did such a good job just portraying their characters. The guy that played Joe, I'm really bad with actor names, so I don't know who played Joe, but he did such a good job. I just felt sucked into that show within probably 10 minutes. We binge watched it over, I think, 2 to 3 days, and I just really, really liked it. I felt it gave me a similar vibe to the show Dexter, even though they're not the same kind of show. It just gave me a similar vibe because it had his inner monologue kind of going on. So I don't know, I just found it really interesting. And I hate Beck. She's very flaky and dumb, and okay, I'm done now, bye. And I also wanted to talk about Big Mouth on Netflix. I wasn't sure I would ever try to watch that show because just judging a book by its cover, I thought it was going to be very gross humor, and I'm not a huge fan of those adult cartoons that are very gross. It's just not funny to me. But I decided to give it a chance because I've been hearing really good things about it. It's basically just kind of about what we go through with puberty and stuff, and I think it's really funny. It's definitely crude, but I don't think it's so crude to where it's beyond the point of like, oh my gosh, I can't believe that happened, because it's honestly all stuff that we kind of went through. And if anything, that show almost makes me mad in the sense that when we're at that pubescent age, why is it that we're so lacking of knowledge about anything? Like, why do girls know nothing about what the boys are going through, and why do boys know nothing about what the girls are going through, and we barely even know what we're going through ourselves? It's just weird that we're so silenced to what's going on at that age, because I feel like if we knew a little bit more about what was going on, it would be a little bit more normalized as far as the weird changes that happen, because everyone goes through them, but you feel weird about even mentioning it because you almost think you're alone even though you're not. I don't know. Weird tangent, but it's a funny show. We've only watched season 1. There's a second season, and I think they're coming out with a 3rd season later this year, and I've just been really liking it, so that's all I have to say. So those were my favorites for the month of January. Let me know what your favorites were, whether it was makeup, shows, food, anything like that. I want to hear what your favorites were. Are any of the things I talked about your favorites, whether it was this month or just in general? Let me know. If you enjoy these favorites videos, please give it a thumbs up. I love making these every single month and just kind of sitting down and breaking down what my favorite things were of the month. If you're not already, please hop over to my Instagram. It's beautbean. Follow me there. I post every single day, and don't forget to subscribe here before you leave. I post every Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. Let me know what videos you want to see on my channel. Thank you so much for watching, and I will catch you in the next video. Okay, bye.